NBA Straya. How are you going? How you going here? Right? You should be. What's up, Jim? Oh, it's Tuesday, April 29, all day. I am your host, James Clements. I'm here in Larry Armour Studios doing the stand-up thing. Check it out on the old YouTube if you want to have a look and see how it looks. I don't know. I kind of dig it. Just getting up and about. Don't mind it. Hey, what a day of NBA playoff action. That was wild. So we're going to talk about this in the game wraps. We had one absolute stinker and one all-time stone-cold ripper. It was bonkers. It was awesome. I loved it. Two ripper game fours in their own kind of way. Can I ask the question, how far can Cleveland go? Should Giannis be getting out? What now for Miami? There's lots going on. And, of course, Dame has torn his Achilles, so we'll talk about that as well. But we have our game wraps. We've got That Son and I, Old Mate, No Mate, Spud of the Night, Better Than Lonzo Ball. Yeah, nah, it's the unpopular opinion of the day in Outback Takehouse, where we're serving up a Flame Girl take. And we're going to pick and preview all the games tomorrow. And there's like 4 of them, because the NBA's schedule is just all out of whack. Either way, it's going to be pretty fun. There is an Andrew Gaze Grey MAMBA Award for Outstanding Achievement in the Field of Excellence in there, as well as a very brief Australian Player Watch. So, without further ado, let's get into it. It's a Thirsty Tuesday? Yeah, sure, why not? Let's go!
This is Josh Giddey.
G'day, this is Andrew Gaze.
This is Jack White.
This is Joe Ingles.
This is Darcy Daniels.
This is Chris Anstey.
This is Matthew Delvedova.
This is Shane Hill.
Hi, this is Ryan Brockhoff.
This is Mitch Creek.
This is Mick Kay.
You're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
You're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
You're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening and watching NBA Straya.
This is NBA Australia. Let's do it.
Watch out for the shark attack.
You better. Better watch out for the Draymond attack if you're Tari Easton's bonce. Jeez. Anyway, let's start today's show the way we start every show here at NBA Australia. I believe it's with some sort of... Oh, there you go. Whip around. Yeah, the latest news, not great. Dame Lillard out with his Achilles injury. This was all confirmed. MRI, left Achilles. He's going to have surgery. That obviously ends his season now. Puts his entire next year in jeopardy. It's a crazy situation for Milwaukee. He's owed $113 million over the next 2 seasons. So, guaranteed year next year, and then a player option in 26-27. Yeesh. Big questions there in Milwaukee. Is it Algonquin for the good land? Not at the bloody moment, I'll tell you. Anyway, it just sort of stinks. I sort of did this in the socials as well. It's like, it sucks for Bucks fans, but also it just sucks for fans of cool shit. Like Dame Lillard is just kind of fucking cool. You know, we do the Dame time. Check it out. You just sort of always expect at least one little moment in a playoff series that Dame Lillard's involved in where it's just fucking off its head. And now we don't get that for like this playoff run where the Bucks are already on the brink of elimination anyway, but also for next year. It just stinks. God damn it. Anyway, so we'll talk about Giannis and the Bucks a little bit later. It doesn't look great. Darius Garland set out today as well. Didn't matter. We'll talk about that in a second. But Jimmy Butler came back, so that was kind of nice. And also, and this is one of my pet peeves, you know me, I love it when the refs come out and go, yeah, we fucked that one up. Sorry. I'm not entirely sure who it helps. I like that we have like a very, very solid oversight and transparency in the post-game shit. But for a sport that has 40 million fucking reviews every 20 fucking seconds and takes a billionty goddamn years to actually finish a game sometimes, we can't get these calls right. Like, this is what I've been banging on about. Let's either just get rid of reviews completely or just be bloody better. Because I think the refs came out, yeah, Luka was fouled at the end of that Lakers-Wolves game as well. Yeah, Tim Hardaway was fouled on the end of that Pistons-Knicks game. It's like, who's this helping at this point? Because you can't go back and change it. Great job, everybody. Great job. The other little bit of news that popped off yesterday was that Steph Curry was also named the teammate of the year. Oh, isn't that nice? He's just a good dude to hang out with. I don't know. I don't feel like Steph gets after it enough. You know, I feel like the teammate of the year is probably a bloke who's like rocking up with a slab on his shoulder. A carton, if you're from north of the Great Divide. Isn't that what a great teammate is? It's like, oh, he's just a really good dude. I don't care. Does he rock up with booze? Like, what are we doing here? Because I reckon Patty Mills should be the teammate of the year every year that he's in the NBA. Because that dude will ride for you. He will hook you up with the best coffee spots. Probably hook you up with some sweet Australian wines. All the good stuff. Anyway, hey, let's do some game raps. Game raps from today. Well, the first one was an absolute fucking laugher. So, like, do we really even need to talk about it? Cleveland, that's right. Cleveland kicked the all-living shit out of the Miami Heat.
So he got straight killed.
Again. That's right. Second straight game in Miami. They fucking killed him. 138-83. And weirdly enough, it wasn't even that close, really. Yeah. But Jim, they lost by like 55. Yeah, it should have been more. Heat scored their fewest points in a first quarter all season, in a half all season. It was over before you could blink. And like, I love this for the Cavs. It's like, oh, everyone's doubting us as a 1 seed. Oh, regular season team, regular season. And they come out and go, fucking shut up, idiot. Bang, start off. This was the not fucking round crew today from the Cavs, and I loved it. 20-5 to open up, and it's just like Miami just like the fight went out of them completely. It's a team dealing with like Kevin Love having his father pass away, Stan Love, brother of a Beach Boy. Interesting. The worst Beach Boy, but still. It's 43-17 before you blink, and it's like 55-21 after like the start of the second quarter, and the game is just over, right? It's 72-33 at the half. Down 40 points in the second quarter of a home elimination game in the playoffs is just stunning. Like, way to go, Cleveland. The Heat starters in that first half scored a total of 15 points. DeAndre Hunter off the bench for the Cavs had 18 in the first half. Like, it was just, yeah. Got out to 60 in the third quarter and it was all over. So that's the fourth largest point differential in playoff history. Absolute chaos. Way to go, Cleveland. They're through to the next round. Miami, this was one of the most hardcore 1-2-3 Cancuns you will ever see. Like, seriously, they're just like, fucking, mate, our plane is in like 25 minutes after this game finishes. Do you reckon we can make it? It's like, well, if we tank really hard, maybe. Bam had 13, 12, and 4. Seriously, no one did shit for the Heat. Like, Jovic was fine, but it's like, the entire game was garbage time. Anyway, Cleveland. 22 of 47 from 3. That helps. Donnie Mitchell was fantastic. He had 22. DeAndre Hunter had 19. Mobley 17. Whatever. Cleveland sweep Miami. That's their first sweep without LeBron in franchise history. Isn't that nice? Our little boys are growing up. Oh, you're a real franchise now, Cleveland. Anyway, so there you go. Good job, Cavs. See you later, Miami. We won't really miss you because you were just shit all year. All year. Heat culture is getting down 40 points in the second quarter of an elimination game. Right, then the good one. Houston at Golden State, game 4. The Warriors leading 2-1. You think Houston would come out feeling pretty hot and fired up, and they did not. They scored the first bucket, LP Şengün. Golden State go on this 13-0 run. You're like, Jesus. It's like, no, like Draymond's hitting threes. You got turnovers coming out the fucking ass for Houston. It's brutal. And this was one of my big fears for this Houston team. Actually, to go back to Cleveland, Miami, that's what I said in the video this morning, right? I was like, oh, this could go one of two ways. They're going to get blown out, or they put up a fight and show some pride. To quote sort of the knight from the last, Indiana Jones, The Last Crusade, he chose poorly because they got their fucking ass kicked instead and showed zero pride. Whereas like the Rockets, you're sort of looking at this going, right, how is this going to coalesce for them? How do they win this game? And my entire point was defense. They get enough on offense. Jalen Green was my sort of vibe for this, where it's like, he had a shit game last game. We're just going to go alternate games with Jalen Green. Pop off. No, he didn't. But suddenly, they rip off this 22-12 run to close out the first quarter, Houston. They're down 2. Everyone's getting involved. The defense is like very, very good. And you're like, that's how you win it. That's how you do this. The Warriors are only 4 of 15 from downtown at that point as well, right? Tough second quarter, getting chippy, everyone's getting involved. Techs flying everywhere. Steph gets one, Draymond gets one, Dylan Brooks gets one. Jimmy Butler's talking shit to Dylan Brooks nonstop. It's getting super chippy. You got Draymond, as I said at the top, kicking Eason in the head. Shaq, oh, no, it's not a flagrant foul. It's not a flagrant foul. Shaq, he slammed his leg into the back of Tari Eason's fucking head. Very clearly on purpose. There's nothing that Draymond does on a basketball court that isn't fucking purposeful. Can we all agree on this at this point? He's only been doing it for 15 fucking years. Come on. Like, if you don't think that was purposeful, then you can pull my leg. It plays fucking Alex Lloyd's amazing. Like, what are we doing? Anyway, Houston forced a shit ton of turnovers. It was a 19-point turnaround by the half, from 12 down to up by 7 at the half. And then boom, right out of the gate, Houston completely gacked that lead away in just the most Houston shit possible. They gave up an 18-1 run. They couldn't hit a fucking shot. And Buddy Hield's hitting threes. Pods is hitting shots. And then they managed to get Draymond's 5th foul. And after that, once he's been tagged with that 5th foul, Draymond is like fucking pissed off. They have to bring in Quentin Post. And LP Şengün goes, oh, he's not French. He goes, Turkish delight. Because that's how he talks. Not at all. But still, he just went to work without Draymond out there. Drags them back into it. He has 11 points in the third quarter. He and Thompson just go absolutely ham. And boom. It's like 82-80 in the third quarter. And you're like, hang on. Could Houston win this? The answer is no, because they still don't really have that one. And like, you're going to hear this a million times. They don't have that one go-to scorer. And they kind of don't. When your answer to every question is like, who will get us this bucket, is Fred VanVleet, then you're probably up shit creek. This should be the Jalen Green moment. But instead, it's Fred VanVleet going, fuck, all right, I'll hit another 3. And there was absolutely zero else that Houston had going. Like, they didn't even fucking look through it. So after Amen Thompson and LP Şengün put the Houston Rockets on their back all the way through the third and fourth quarters, just absolute chaos. It all turned, they basically stopped their momentum dead, did the Warriors, with the hacking Adams, right? It's 96-92. They were up by 4, were the Rockets. LP and Thompson were looking super dangerous. They hacking Adams, completely stops the Rockets' momentum dead. Fred VanVleet hits another big 3. They're still up 4, 101-97. Butts gets a 2. Buddy Hield hits a 6-step-back 3. They're up now. Fred VanVleet hits an insane 3 to tie it up at 104. The dumb foul on Jimmy Butler, 3 points, boom, 3 fouls. He's 3 foul shots. He drops them all in. 1 minute left. LP gets to work back in the paint. It's a 1-point game. And then at the end, they just like could not quite get it going. Suddenly, with the game on the line, the Rockets go to Alper and Şengün up against Draymond Green. Alpi, who's had fuck all basically going for a long stretch of this fourth quarter. They get Draymond back in. He's played awesomely with 5 fouls. He just goes one-on-one. Stops Şengün. Şengün throws up another fucking brick of a hook. And it felt like every time he was like, more than 4 or 5 feet away from the basket, LP had no fucking hope. Everything was clanging off the back rim. Anytime he got closer than that, it was in. It was crazy. And then this time, Draymond keeps him away. They can't get the rebound. Foul. Boom. 109-106. The Golden State Warriors win this. And the Rockets sitting there going, fucking hell. Again. How do we have so many dudes and actually no dudes at all? Like, it's fucking crazy. Jabari Smith was really good, I thought, defensively at times. He gave him a little bit of something on offense. But the problem is, they just go so completely into their shell on offense. They're like, oh, God, what do we do? What do we do, mister? Oh, gee, Willikers, save us, Fred VanVleet. And he almost did today. The problem is, he didn't. On the biggest play of the game, they're like, hey, Alper and Şengün beat Draymond Green. And he's like, I'll try. And he did not. Fred VanVleet ends up with 31 points because he goes 8 of 12 from downtown. 8 of 12. He only took 13 shots. Everything he did was from 3. He had 31, 10, and 5. It was awesome. And then we also got 25. Oh, wait, no, it was 31 there. Sorry, I had that back to front. I was going to say that doesn't add up in my brain. 31, 10, and 5 for LP Şengün. 25 for Fred VanVleet of the Fighting VanVleets because he hit those 8 threes. I'm like adding that up in my brain going, that doesn't get to 31. He didn't go to the free throw line. And that's the other thing that completely fucking sunk the Rockets, wasn't it? The free throws. They missed another 12 free throws today. 31 they attempted. They hit 19. I don't know. Do you think in a game that you lose by 3 points, missing 12 free throws fucking matters? Yes. Very fucking disappointing. Like, everybody missed one basically as well. Like, apart from Fred VanVleet. Amen goes 3 of 5. Dylan Brooks 2 of 4. LP 7 of 10. Jalen Green had an absolute Barry Crocker shocker. 5 turnovers, 8 points, 3 of 8 shooting. He was fucking shithouse. Steven Adams rebounded the shit out of it. They were plus 16 when he was on the court. He played 26 minutes. He was awesome. But yeah, loved Amen Thompson's game. 17 and 9 for him. 11 and 6 for Dylan Brooks. Just a little bit of a, I don't know, are you busy shit talking to get them off the game? Can you actually fucking play basketball, Dylan? No one's entirely sure. Jabari Smith, as I mentioned, 6 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. A very solid 22 minutes. His length really fucked up the Warriors, I think, at times, but they just kind of can't get the rotations all happening all at once. And this is how they should win games. Like, cuts by 1,000, well, death by 1,000 cuts, right? Lean on your defense, and then as a rotation of your offense, there's like just enough coming out of all the different aspects of it to get you over the hump. And they don't quite fucking get there in close games. It keeps killing them. It's brutal. 13 turnovers in the end, which is a good sort of stymieing of how bad they were to start off with. But then the Rockets, I mean, that's just their story all fucking year. Here we are. I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed. 27 for Jimmy Butler. For a dude whose butt is all rooted. Like, that's pretty incredible. 7 of 12 from the floor. 12 of 12 with the free throw line. He hit and took as many free throws as the fucking Rockets missed. Brutal. 26 for Pods. He was awesome. 6 of 11 from deep. 17 for Steph. He went 2 of 8 from 3. But just the sheer fucking threat of the dude breaks your defense all the time. It's crazy. But he healed 15 points on 3 of 9 from deep, including that big one late. 13 for Quentin Post. He was very solid early on. Gary Payton II hit a big shot late. Outside of that, didn't do a giant amount. And Steve Kerr's kind of like, oh, shit. What do we do when Draymond's in foul trouble? The answer is shit yourself, go Quentin Post, save us, and no Johnny Kuminga. Bit of a weird one. Either way, 17 of 46 from downtown for the Warriors. Pretty bloody handy. When Pods is on, he has 26, 5 and 5. They're fucking hard to beat. So, great win for the Warriors. That was an awesome game. Like, apart from the reviews, apart from Reggie Miller being a dumb motherfucker, it was still really, really fun. And that's why I love basketball. Warriors go up 3-1. Hey, let's do an NBA Straya approved performance of the night. Shall we?
That's not a knife. That's a knife.
Donnie Mitchell, honorable mention, because he came out and went, we're not fucking around here today, boys. Let's kick the fuck out of this horrible Miami team and get the fuck home and get some rest. Awesome game. Just laid the smackdown straight away. 22 points, kicked some ass, took some names, fucked off again. Love that. But this has got to be Jimmy Butler, right? Like, the dude just can barely fucking move, comes out after missing game 3, is in there for game 4, carries this Warriors team right to the end without his free throws, without his like decision making. He hit a massive 3 late in this game as well that was so unlikely. The way that they were like covering him in this game, they're like, it's Jimmy Butler. Fucking take the 3, mate. And he's like, I don't think I will. How about I pass it to Draymond? And then the next time around, it's like, fake out. I'm going to shoot the 3. And he hits it. And you're like, Jesus, that's pretty fucking good. Anyway, 27, 5 and 6. Absolutely carved them up. And just gives them a fucking sense of belief. Right? Like, it's funny to watch Miami absolutely capitulate and shit themselves. Just shit all the way down their legs against the Cleveland Cavaliers today. And then Jimmy Butler come back from an injury that would have just probably put most of us in a fucking wheelchair. Dropped 27, 5 and 6 with 0 turnovers, hit all 12 free throws while the other team's completely missing all of theirs, and carry his team to a win. I mean, if it was a Hollywood script, No one would believe you. That was incredible. Jimmy Butler, absolutely fucking gnarly. And Draymond as well, honorable mention for that defense on LP Şengün at the end. Look, LP as well, he was really good, 31, 10, and 5, but just 12 or 28 from the floor in the end. You know, just so many of those, like, he had anything he wanted basically in the post. Just hit some of the fucking shots sometimes. Anyway, Spud of the night.
Spud, 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 it is Spud of the night.
Spud of the night. How about, I'd like to have a beer with Duncan Robinson because he couldn't hit a shot. That was a rough one for the Heaters, wasn't it? Duncan Robinson going completely off the boil in the back half of this year wasn't handy, I reckon, for them. 0 of 5 for Duncan. Not great. But how about Tyler Hero? 1 of 10 for 4 points in a knockout game. A knockout elimination game at home. And you're the man out there talking shit. Don't let us get one. Don't let us get one. Darius Garland doesn't fucking defend anybody. Mate, hit a shot, then you can talk some shit. I mean, 1 of 10 is just ridiculous. 4 points. You're meant to be the dude for this team. I've got some thoughts on that later, but Jesus. Absolute spud of the night territories for Tyler. There goes my hero. Who's old mate, no mates?
Old mate, no mates.
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 I'm just laughing and remembering it. Jimmy Butler's sitting there at the fucking foul line next to Dylan Brooks going, "You're a bitch and a bum." And fucking the ref walks up and goes, "You talking to me?" And he goes, No, I'm talking to this idiot. And the ref just goes, "Oh, yep, sick." So yes, Dylan Brooks is a bitch and a bum. But just, I don't have to tell you. That Dylan Brooks also, old mate, no mates, when you're getting clowned by Chuck and Shaq because you're walking in with a rabbit on your pants, yeah, that's not a great one. Not a great one. Also, I mean, Tari Eason getting booted in the back of the head by Draymond. And then them going, "Oh, yeah, look, it's a flagrant one, I guess." It's like, if that's on anybody else, fucking, that would have been taken out the back and shot. Pantsing of the night. Who do you reckon this might be? Maybe the Miami Heat, the first team in NBA history to lose back-to-back playoff games by 30 or more points? First time ever. Both games are at home. They lose by 37 in Game 3 and 55 in Game 4. That is an all-time pantsing. Miami, what are you doing? Back to the drawing board. And finally, better than Bronny James.
Lonzo was the best player in high school. He was the best player in college. You think he'll get to the pros and be like, "I made it to the pros, now I can be average." We're coming for everybody.
Coming for everybody. How about Pods? He was so fucking good today. Like, Brandon Podziemski, 26 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, and a block. 9 of 18 shooting, 5 of 11 from deep. When he's on, they look like a completely different team. It was awesome. He was fantastic. And he was like a big reason as to why they won that game, right? Obviously, because they won it, and he had 26 fucking points, Jim. But by the same token, like, he was just absolutely everywhere, especially early when they needed that kick in the pants. He was right there doing it. The other one's going to be Javonte Green, who outscored Tyler Hero in a playoff game, which we probably didn't have on our bingo cards, but 11 points and 3 rebounds. He was great. Good on you, Javonte. But still, Brandon Podziemski, boom. Better than Bronny James, Ben Simmons, and Lonzo Ball. All right, let's take a quick break. Come back with some yeah-nahs right after this.
This is Cam Glidden.
This is Anthony Drimmick.
This is Mitch McCarron.
This is Jason Kadee.
This is Daryl McDonald.
Hey guys, this is Hugh Greenwood.
Yo, what's going on? This is Illy.
This is Mark Worthington, or commonly known as Wortho, and you're listening to NBA Australia.
You listen to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA
And you're
Australia.
listening to NBA Australia.
You're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Australia.
You're listening to NBA Australia.
All right. Let's do some yeah-nahs. I love a good Tuesday. Usually we don't do yeah-nahs on a Tuesday, but I mean, with these playoff series like sort of trending the way they are, you know, we've got some big questions to ask, don't we? So first off, let's go to Hades. He had a good one. Is Dylan Brooks the Hayden Ballantyne of the NBA? Yeah, nah. Yeah. Like, hasn't won shit. is annoying as fuck. My question is, who's going to be the person who goes full Matty Scarlet on Dylan Brooks? Because you'd think it'd be Draymond. And it kind of tracks as well, right? Like defender, champion, just clean clock in one time. Just let's do it. But the Hayden Ballantyne, Dylan Brooks comparison is absolutely just bang on. Love that. All right. Today's losers, Miami. Are they cooked? Jim, are they cooked? Yeah, nah. Yeah. Because I think mostly when you look at this shit and look at this season, it's like, well, we've got Tyler Hero and Bam Adebayo and we got Andrew Wiggins for Jimmy Butler. And you've just watched Andrew Wiggins really fucking Andrew Wiggins up that series against Cleveland, didn't you? You're like, oh, that was the full Andrew Wiggins experience. It feels like Hero is like the best top tier second or third banana in the NBA. Right? He's so perfectly suited. Like the Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo 1-2 combo, then Tyler Hero. I'm just going to come on and score 30 points while no one pays attention to me. That makes sense. As your best dude, not as much. And it's like, it's like, great job. Your best player is white Jason Terry. Awesome. Happy days there for everybody, right? Not great. But Miami will not be cooked because they're still Miami and people will want to go there. And somehow this offseason, they'll end up with like Giannis or KD, right? The question is, you add KD on this team in place of like Andrew Wiggins in the Jimmy Butler sort of spot. So Jimmy Butler gets traded to the Warriors instead this year, If you just put Kevin Durant on this team, would they have still gotten their ass kicked by Cleveland? The answer is probably still, yeah. Right? I don't think anything that Miami were going to throw at that team we're going to slow down Cleveland. So, I don't know. Miami just feel a bit fucky, and it feels like they've sort of hit this other tipping point, which is almost where we're at with the Bucks as well, which I'll get to in a second. That, this is a team that's made the finals. It's been a contender. It's also been a bit fucking shit year in, year out, every so often. It's like anytime you have to be continuously pushing shit uphill, I just don't, like if nothing's ever fucking easy. Are you that good? Big movements, I reckon, in Miami this offseason. Hey, the Bucks cooked, Jim. Yeah, nah. Well, we're going to find out really tomorrow, but it's been pointed out that they don't control any. Control is the key word. They don't control any of their own first-round picks until 2031. Now, Dame Lillard goes out with his Achilles injury. That sucks, obviously. They have to give this year's pick to the Pelicans. Remember the Jrue Holiday trade? Next year would be a swap with the Pelicans. Will they be better than the Pelicans? Will the Pelicans be worse? Who knows? Either way, they don't control it. 27, they just give it to the Pelicans. 28, it's a swap with either the Blazers, and if it's not with the Blazers, then it's with the Wizards. So, again, who knows if those two teams in 4 years' time are going to be any good, 3 years' time, whatever. 29, they give it to the Blazers. In 2030, another fucking swap with the Blazers. Like, they are staring into the abyss unless they bite the bullet, concede that this era is probably done in Milwaukee. We tried our hardest. We moved heaven and earth. We got Dame Lillard after we got Jrue Holiday and we won a title around Giannis. It was awesome. But now we're going to restock and reboot and have another crack. And that probably means trading Giannis for the world's biggest King's ransom sort of shit, right? So, seriously, they own 1 second-round pick over the next 6 years. They're fucked. Especially, I mean, the thing is, this team's also been fucking horrible at drafting, so maybe it's not that much of a problem. But when Dame Lillard takes up $55 million a year cap space and can't play next year, you're fucked anyway. So, just saying, roll the dice. And Jez Oz had this really good from the weekend that I wanted to hit on, right? You know what's actually ruining the game, he says? And to be honest, I love basketball. I love the NBA. And obviously I'm a vibes guy. So much of what I love about the NBA is the vibes around it. And like the weird sort of just negative approach to it just fucking bums me out. I'm trying to always be positive about basketball and it's awesome and shit. Anyway, but I'm interested in it no matter what. Jez asks, you know what's actually ruining the game? It's the morons carrying on about any of the following ruining the game. 3-pointers, correct. International players, correct. Comparing eras, again, correct. The GOAT debates, again, correct. Former players saying they dropped 50 a game today, again, tick. And any analyst saying LeBron would have won 15 rings in the 70s. Not sure how that's mathematically possible. And basically any negative hypothetical shit about the game. Just enjoy it for what it is, especially at the top of the tables. It's elite basketball. Jez Oz is completely bang on there. Absolutely right. And I completely agree. So if we give it the old we're going to give that a resounding yeah. Because 3-pointers aren't ruining the game. If you can't appreciate Steph Curry and like the step back 3 that Buddy Hield hit, like the problems with 3-pointers when someone like Boston are just like, fuck it. Today we're going to shoot 50. And if we hit a bunch of them, we're going to win. The contest, and I think this is what Orlando have done really, really well against Boston, is just limit the amount of threes. And that's kind of kept them in it, right? International players. This is like this weird American fucking thing. International players rock. It's so fucking cool to see the likes of Luka and Jokic and Giannis in the NBA dominate. You've got Wemby as well, which I'll get to again in a second. But GOAT debates are stupid. It's MJ for me. It can be LeBron for you. I don't fucking care, right? Like, you can believe what you want. You might be wrong. I might think that you're wrong, but whatever. The former players saying they dropped 50 in today's NBA it always blows my mind. It's like, you couldn't do it then. Shut up. Like, players didn't get worse. It's so dumb. But Jez Oz has absolutely nailed this. The negative hypothetical fucking shit that surrounds basketball blows my mind. I'm all about the positive, just appreciating how fucking fun these games are and how fun these series are. And like anything that's, you know what's actually shit? This. It's fucking bullshit. This rocks. I love it. Unpopular opinion of the day, speaking of which.
Now look at me, please. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me.
It's I don't know how Reggie Miller still has a job first, and then B, who is Reggie for? Is my question. So again, I don't want to go all that negative hypothetical bullshit, but my thing is, he is out there like advocating for Draymond. Being Draymond's PR agent was very, very strange today. And I kind of like, and the unpopular opinion of the day is like, I like having boosters as commentators. I kind of think it's funnier when Doris Burke is out there just going, Joel Embiid. Like, that's pretty funny. It's when Reggie's like, Draymond didn't do anything wrong. Like, it's just kind of funny. I also want to see more balance though. I want to see like dudes going, that dude should be fucking kicked out. He's a piece of shit. Like, I want to see the commentators go even harder for that sort of stuff. But the Reggie Miller aspect of this, at some point you go, Reg, what are you talking about? Like, seriously, like just take one step back and just go, do you think Draymond is completely in the clear as, it's just hardcore playoff basketball? I never want to hear that shit again. It's just, this is great. Can we just appreciate how fucking fun the basketball is without having to bash everybody over the head about how different it is from the regular season? You want to wonder why people are, the regular season doesn't matter anymore because you got idiots going, playoff basketball is so much better. It's like, if you stop yelling at us about that, maybe you wouldn't. Anyway, Outback Takehouse. Oh, yeah. It's Tuesday at Outback, and you know what that means? Oh, yeah. Had to take the squids down to daycare at school today, and on the way, knocked over a wallaby. Jacked her in the boot, boom, slow roasted wallaby. Pretty bloody delicious, I'll tell you. Had to, get the baby to skin it for us, but, baby is learning. It's good stuff. Either way, goes pretty great as a slow roasted wallaby, and it's only at Outback. And today's Flame Grill take is, both Giannis Antetokounmpo and Kevin Durant will be in new places next year. That much is obvious. But if Giannis really wants an extra bit of a challenge and have a bit more fun on the way to trying to win another title, he's got two options. The Memphis Grizzlies next to Ja Morant, or the San Antonio Spurs, only at Outback. You can't tell me so Wemby is so fucking good already, right? You've already got De'Aaron Fox. If you move heaven and earth, to go get Giannis, put him next to Wemby and De'Aaron Fox. Pack her up, boys, right? Like, Wemby's ready. Fox is ready. Let's go. Add Giannis to that. Jesus. The same thing sort of goes for Memphis. You sort of look at this and go, Ja Morant, cool. How's the fit next to Giannis? Probably not as clean as it is next to Wemby and Fox, but still. It's kind of like the one forgotten destination. And I would fucking love him in Memphis next to Ja. I reckon that'd be really, really fun. The thing is, if he also just doesn't want to go, I would love, and this is the unpopular opinion and the Outback take, the Flame Grill take is, Giannis should just come out and say, yay or nay, right? He should just go, I don't want to get fucking traded anywhere. Everyone shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear a word about it. I'm staying in Milwaukee. I've got a contract. Shut up, idiots. I would fucking, do you know how much respect he would get for that sort of shit? It's like, this election sucks. Seriously, it's been like the fucking election advertising just, it makes you just want to punch yourself in the head. To the point where I should have thrown my hat in the political ring earlier. Just gone, right, all I'm going to do is go, right, we're reducing the fucking price of beers and no more election advertising. I'd win in a fucking landslide. They call me PM Jim. Anyway, Giannis, go to the Spurs. Fix it. KD, go to Houston. That'll give them a go-to scorer for a year or two as they figure it out. And away we go. All right, a very brief Australian player watch because no one actually got out there today. Obviously, no Jock Landale, did not play coach's decision. And obviously no Taron Armstrong or Luke Travers for the Cavs or the Warriors because they are two-way players and therefore unable to play on the active roster in the playoffs. All right, Andrew Gay's Great MAMBA Award for Outstanding Achievement in the Field of Excellence because this was pretty excellent, I'll tell you.
Andrew Gay's Great MAMBA.
Outstanding achievement in
Let's do it. Yeah, so you might have noticed Cleveland won by a bit today. They actually won by so much that they made some history. So they sweep Miami and finish the series with a point differential of plus 122. That is the largest gap in NBA history by one, beating Denver, New Orleans in 2009. And that wasn't a sweep. So that is pretty bloody good. That is some excellence, I'll tell you. All right, Paddy Mills Game Day Baller Game Day Twitter check-in. See what Paddy's been up to. I think he posted a pretty good one. Let's have a look. Let's go, Paddy with the good hair. Oh, there's Dyson. Shout out ATL, building something special, year 3. And a bunch of photos from him across the year. That's nice. Great job on your Dice. I sworn Paddy had something out there, though. Oh, there's a Luke Travers one. What's Travers up to? Oh, yes. Cleveland advanced to the Eastern Conference semifinals. Good on you. What a legend. Love to see him actually out there, but you get that on the big jobs. Oh, there was nothing from Paddy. I must have been imagining it. Anyway, that's some good Dyson Daniels photos, though. Just saying. All right. Let's do some game previews for tomorrow. Game previews. Game previews. Thanks to Divert and Bain. Not a problem, Jim. How's it all going? Oh, not bad. We went 1 of 2 on today's picks, didn't we? The Rockets covered by a half point, whereas, Miami did not. 55. It's a bit different to being plus 8.5. Yeah. Anyway, I haven't actually done the numbers on how we're doing for the playoffs, but we're probably sitting after the weekend, probably still at about 55%, I reckon. We've dipped a little bit over the last 4 days. But anyway, we have 4 games tomorrow. And if you get angry like I do about most things, the one thing that really fucking gets me is erroneous apostrophes. Game 5s. If it's a plural, it doesn't need an apostrophe. What are you doing? And there was, I think I tweeted that out on the NBA on TNT graphic. Game 5 apostrophe S. It's like Game 5's what? Get angry, Jim. Get angry. Anyway, you can follow all of our picks, of course, over at Dabble. Use the code NBA Australia. Follow, copy, go nuts. Jump on in the show description. There's a link if you want to go sign up. Help a brother out. It does, really, really help keep this pirate ship afloat. If you want to go check out all the stuff over at Dabble, they're legends. Really appreciate their help and all of your help if you want to jump on. You can, the link's in our bio on the socials as well. And I believe we actually now have set up a Buy Me a Beer account. Shout us a beer. So if you want to go shout us a beer, just click on the link in the bio, which I'll share out later on today. Go check it out. If you want to buy us a coffee or a beer, have at it. Appreciate ya. That's what we're all about here at NBA Straya. Doing it solo, baby. Doing it solo. Right, though. The 4 games tomorrow. The game 5s, we have Milwaukee Indy. Wait, no, that's a game 5. We're back in Indy. Indy, Milwaukee. 8.5-point favorites, this Pacers team. Do you think the Bucks have it within them to beat this Indy team in Indy, let alone cover 8.5? No. There is so little going on for this Bucks team, both on offense and defense. The way that Indy kicked the shit out of them, as we predicted here in Game 4, there's nothing that convinces me otherwise it's not probably going to happen again in Game 5. They're back at home. Their role players were fantastic in Game 4. It probably happens again. Talk about another team that's death by 1,000 cuts. When they're at their best, that's what Indy are. It comes from everywhere. So I love Indy minus 8.5. Pour one out for the Bucks. We're going to be talking about Giannis until he says, no, I am staying in Milwaukee for ages. So all off season. Let's go Indy. Then Detroit versus the Knickerbockers. The Knicks 3-1 up in this series. Detroit treating Game 4 and the end of it like a crime scene. They're 5.5-point underdogs going into MSG. Can they cover that? I believe this Detroit team has played this Knicks team so tough all series. Again, this does feel like very much like the Cleveland, Miami, sort of the two sort of outcomes here, where it feels like the Knicks just don't tend to kick the flying shit out of teams. But if Detroit finally just roll over and just go, okay, and get their asses kicked, it takes so much effort for the Knicks to really be on. And Detroit, I feel like Cade, he just leads by such fucking awesome example. 5.5 points. I think they can keep this close. I think the Knicks still win, but I think Detroit cover. Very similar to what we saw in Houston and Golden State today. Detroit, they're not afraid of the Knicks. They're out there going, we will fight you at the drop of a hat. And the Knicks are like, we've got 5 dudes that we've played all series. They might just be fucked in this game. So let's go Detroit, plus 5.5. See what happens. That should be an awesome game, though. Like, again, if Detroit rolled over, you wouldn't really blame them, but I don't know, there's a bit of fight in that team. Then Orlando, Boston, Game 5 in Boston. I just can't, in good conscience, take this Orlando team again. I just can't do it. Boston minus 11.5. I think they're just substantially too good, especially at home. This feels like the absolute rollover team. Paolo's been fantastic. If Franz doesn't get any points in this one, though, they're just cooked. So we're going to go Boston. This feels like a big Pritchard game where he just goes, oh shit, I've just hit 6 threes off the bench. Sucked in, dickheads. Boom, we're winning by 24. Let's go Boston there. And then the other awesome one. After all of the fucking brimstone, fire, and awesomeness of this first round, there is one series that is 2-2. It's Clippers-Denver. We're going back to Denver for Game 5. Clippers plus 1.5. Just, the 2 games they've lost have been so fucking arsey. The Clippers are a better team. They are, however, still the Clippers. So never doubt the basketball gods just fucking sheer predilection for fucking around with the LA Clippers. But the Clippers are 1.5-point underdogs in Denver. Denver came out, were awesome in Game 4, then held on for dear life and was saved by an Aaron Gordon game-winning, buzzer-beating dunk, which just never happens. I think the Clippers get this done again. I just think they're too good. They're too deep. Even in Denver, I think they're too good, but that should be awesome. So, should be 4 really fun games tomorrow. I'll tell you that much. So, remember, you can follow all those picks over at Dabble. Use the code NBA Australia. Follow, pick, or follow, copy, all that good stuff. We always have a million same gamers in there too, so get right around it. Bet responsibly, etc. But either way, that'll do us for today, huh? What a fun day that was. One shithouse game, one awesome game. But we'll be back on deck tomorrow for a big Wednesday show. We'll wrap up all 4 of those games and anything else that sort of crops up. Send through your nahs, all that good shit. So Because, yeah, what else am I going to do? Nothing. So make sure you're following NBA Australia on Twitter, Facey, IG, TikTok, and YouTube. Jump in the comments, say g'day, send us through some yeah-nahs, whatever you need to do. Check out NFL Australia with myself and Gaz as well. Rating reviews on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, whatever app you're using the Android phone. That would be greatly appreciated. If you jump on there, review it, give it 5 stars, say g'day, just review. It really does help. If not, jump on the dabble if that's what you're vibing, if that's what you're about. If you do that, join up using the link in the show description or in the link in our bio as well. Or you can go buy us a beer using the buy us a beer link in our bio as well. Seriously, it works. You can support the show. Very handy. Big thanks always go to From Oslo for the intro and outro song. They rule. So do House Hats, Joshua Del Rodas, Fascinated Goldmines, Ramshackle Army, Iowa, Six Shadow, Green, and Dozers. They're behind all the tunes you hear throughout the show. So smash them all on Bandcamp, Triple J and Earth, Facey, Apple Music, Spotify. However you listen to your tunes, support Australian bands. That's what we do here on NBA Australia. That's it though. We will catch you tomorrow, you dickheads. This is NBA Australia saying, look after yourselves, would ya? And Miami. What the hell was that? Cleveland, you rock. Let a hose on! G'day legends, your mate Jim from NBA Straya here. That's right, I'm doing a thing at the end of the show. In the business we call it a thing at the end of the show, I guess. I don't know. Either way, all I'm just saying is just make sure you're rating, reviewing, starring, subscribing across all of the apps that you use for NBA Australia. Jump in the comments, give us a shout. We'll bang you in yeah, nahs. Any other questions? I'll have a crack. I've got nothing better to do, basically. Also, just ask any questions, tell me what you want to hear from the show, and sing out and let us know. And of course, if you want to help support the show, jump on the old dabble, use that code NBA Australia, click on the link that's in the show description or on the socials. It goes up whenever I do the morning vibes, etc. So if that's your thing, jump on there, use that code NBA Australia, and remember, look after yourselves, would you?